Okay.
Right. Whenever you're ready.
How many have you guys heard Korea? Heard about Korea? You might have heard about Korea in the news because of its relationship to the United States. According to Justin, who made a video about Korea in 2015, many foreigners are interested in visiting Korea. I'd like to show a video about what foreigners think about Korea.
Unexpected and very cool. I think Korea is very modern.
It was just really busy and chaotic. There's a lot of different kinds of people here, lots of different things going on all the time.
It's so bright. There's so many lights here. It's like such a bright city. It never goes to sleep.
It was very busy. So it's very busy. There's lots of food and there's lots of stores. It's very modern and very clean. I mean, it's super late to say, right?
And you guys?
Likewise, in the video, many people recommend Korea for traveling. My speech will inform my audience about Myeongdong, which is a place in Seoul. This information is very useful if you have a plan to visit Korea and help you make a travel route in Seoul. First of all, I would like to talk about the history of Myeongdong. Then I will talk about the culture and people of Myeongdong. Lastly, I will recommend the route. To begin, we'll look at the history of Myeongdong. There are three parts to history of Myeongdong. The first one is about the name. According to Jinny Jung, who is the CEO of Kojin Tours, said in Joseon Dynasty was called Myeongraebang and the name changed to Myeongchijong during the Japanese era. Finally, this came to be called Myeongdong in 1946. It's still called this now. Yeah, this is Myeongdong. The second is about its fame. According to the newspaper, the Korean Herald, back in the 1970s, Myeongdong was the mecca for young and trendy people as the area filled with high-rise financial buildings, shopping centers, and boutiques. Nowadays, it's still a shopping mecca for foreigners. The third thing is about the Myeongdong's Catholic Church. It was built in 1898, and it was the largest building at the time in Seoul. It was one of the symbols of Myeongdong today. The history of Myeongdong is interesting, partially because Myeongdong was a famous place in the past, and it's still a famous place today. It can be evidence why Myeongdong is famous. Let's move to present-day Myeongdong. Present-day Myeongdong is full of people and fun. The first one is about people. According to data in 2013, 3,320 people live in Myeongdong, even though the size is only 1/6 the size of UCM. For every foreigner today, Myeongdong is one of the most famous places to visit. According to Che, who is a reporter in Hangyeol newspaper, the most traveler in this place are Chinese. They are called yuker in Korean because it means tourist in Chinese, but we speak Chinese in Korean pronunciation. They are the most people of the target. The second is a culture. There was a time that was called kiss time. On Christmas night, every light turned off for a while, and many couples kissed at that time in Myeongdong. Some thought it was romantic. Now, the kissing part actually does not happen, but the lights are still turned off every year. Next, I would like to talk about routes. There are 2 routes to travel Myeongdong that I recommend. The first one is from Myeongdong Nature Republic to the church. I refer to an article which was written by Chita in 2017, stating that Natural Republic is one of the biggest store that is. So many Ukers like this store, and it might be a good starting point of travel in Myeongdong. If you start traveling from here, you can see so many beauty stores. At the end of this street, you can find a church on the other side of Myeongdong. The second one is from CGV Theater to the Chungmuro. If you start traveling here, you can see many street vendors like this picture. They attract you with delicious food. You can try every food from the world. In conclusion, today we'll look for history, culture, people, and recommended routes in Myeongdong. Myeongdong will give you a variety of experiences, and it will become one of your favorite places. I'd like to recommend Myeongdong as a good place to travel.
Good job.